sunlight pouring in through the window, and before you even brush your teeth, you check your bank account, and instead of feeling anxious or stressed, you feel calm. You smile, because you know every dollar in that account is doing something for you, not against you. Your bills are already paid, your savings are building up, there's no last-minute panic over due dates or credit card limits. You have financial space to breathe, to think, to dream, and most importantly, to live on your terms. It's not some fantasy. It's absolutely possible. But it starts with a mindset shift, and with turning budgeting into your most powerful personal tool. Now I know what you might be thinking. Budgeting sounds like restriction, like tracking every penny, or forcing yourself to say no to everything fun. That's what a lot of people believe. And that's exactly why they struggle financially. But here's the truth. Successful people don't use budgeting to limit themselves. They use it to liberate themselves. They don't think of it as a chore. They treat it like a weapon. In this audio, I'm going to share the 7 habits that financially successful people use when it comes to budgeting. Habits that you can easily adopt, no matter your income, your age, or your starting point. So let's begin. The first habit is budgeting with purpose, not pressure. A lot of people say things like I should save more, or I need to stop spending so much, but those are vague goals. And vague goals lead to vague results. Successful budgeters start by asking, why am I budgeting? Is it for buying a home in 3 years? Paying off debt? Starting a business? Funding early retirement? When you give your money a purpose, it becomes powerful. Each dollar becomes a soldier working for your dream. Without a purpose, budgeting feels like punishment. With purpose, it feels like progress. So instead of saying, I want to save, say I'm saving for that trip to Italy next summer, or I'm building a safety net so I never stress about emergencies again. That clarity changes everything. The second habit is to pay yourself first. This is simple, but life-changing. Most people get paid and immediately pay bills, cover expenses, maybe go out a few times, and then if anything's left over, they think about saving. But let's be honest, there's usually nothing left over. Smart budgeters reverse that. The moment they get paid, they immediately put money into savings or investments. Even if it's just $25 or $50. They treat their future self like a bill that must be paid. And it adds up, slowly at first, then significantly over time. Whether it's through an emergency fund, a retirement account, or a savings goal, they protect their future like it's non-negotiable. The third habit is to track every dollar, without obsessing. It's not about living with a calculator in your hand or guilt-tripping yourself over every cup of coffee. It's about awareness. Successful budgeters treat their finances the way a good business owner would treat inventory. They use tools, whether it's an app like Mint, Inab, or a good old spreadsheet, to see where their money is going. Because if you don't know where your money is going, chances are, it's going away. Struggling with a $3.47 balance 3 days before payday, that's boring. When you track your spending, you gain control. And control leads to freedom. The fourth habit is to budget for joy, not just survival. Let's be real, budgeting that only covers bills and savings is a fast track to burnout. Life is meant to be lived. That dinner out with friends, that solo movie night, that hobby you've always wanted to try, they matter. Successful budgeters build fun into their budget. They create space for happiness because they know that a budget that doesn't include joy is a budget that won't last. When your spending aligns with your values and your happiness, you no longer feel like you're depriving yourself, you're directing yourself. The fifth habit is to prepare for the unexpected. Because life is unpredictable. A flat tire, a broken phone, a sudden trip, a medical bill. These things happen whether you're ready or not. And when you're not ready, one small problem can feel like a disaster. But successful budgeters always prepare a buffer. They keep an emergency fund, even if it's just $500 to start, so that life surprises don't become financial setbacks. Studies show most people can't afford a $400 emergency.
Détescari.
But with just a little planning, you can be part of the group that can. The sixth habit is to review and adjust monthly. Your budget isn't something you create once and forget. Every month, successful budgeters take 15 to 20 minutes to review what happened, what worked, what didn't, and what needs adjusting. Maybe your groceries cost more this month. Maybe you picked up some freelance work and now you have extra income. Maybe a subscription you don't use is still being charged. When you check in monthly, You keep your budget aligned with your real life, not the version of life you planned 6 months ago. And finally, the seventh and most powerful habit: they budget like their future self is watching. Because in a way, your future is watching you. Compound interest, investments, debt repayment, it all adds up. Maybe not instantly, but it builds. And one day, you'll look back and thank yourself. You'll be able to say, I'm here, financially free, at peace, living life on my terms, because of the decisions I made back then. But if you keep putting it off, the price of waiting only gets higher. So remember, these 7 habits aren't just financial tips. They're life tools. They hold within them your freedom, your peace, your ability to say yes to the things that matter most. Budgeting isn't about saying no, it's about choosing what to say yes to. Today, you've seen the foundation. In the next audio or video, I'll guide you through building your very first realistic budget, in just 30 minutes. Simple, clear, and completely aligned with your life. Let's take control, not someday but today.